What's one of the dumbest things you've ever spent money on? When my girlfriend Emma broke up with me over text after 2 years together, I did what any rational 22-year-old would do. I got absolutely wasted with my roommates Jake and Connor and declared I was done with relationships forever. That's it, I slurred, waving my beer around our crappy apartment. I'm getting something that'll never dump me, never cheat, and never steal my hoodies. My drunk brain thought this was comedy gold. So at 2 a.m. while my roommates passed out on the couch, I pulled out my laptop and started shopping for the most ridiculous thing I could find. That's how I ended up spending $500 on a life-size mannequin from some sketchy website. Not just any mannequin. This thing was fully articulated with realistic facial features and premium synthetic hair. I even paid extra for overnight shipping because apparently drunk me had commitment issues. 2 weeks later, I'd completely forgotten about my purchase until a massive box showed up at our door. Jake helped me drag it inside, and when we opened it, there he was. 6 feet tall, surprisingly detailed, with this weird half smile that made him look like he was in on some inside joke. "Dude, what the hell?" Connor said, poking its arm. "Meet Randy," I announced, because naming him seemed like the natural next step. My new roommate. At first, everyone thought it was hilarious. I propped Randy up at our kitchen table during breakfast, complete with a bowl of cereal in front of him. I'd have full conversations with him while cooking, asking his opinion on whether we needed more milk. "Randy thinks we should order pizza tonight," I'd tell the guys, and they'd crack up. The real genius move was putting Randy in my passenger seat. Our city had HOV lanes that required 2 people, and technically Randy looked human enough from a distance. I saved 20 minutes on my commute to work every day, and never got pulled over. But then things got weird. I started actually arranging Randy's arms in different positions when I got home, like he was waving hello. I bought him a Rams jersey because it seemed wrong that he was always naked. When we had people over, I'd genuinely get annoyed if someone sat in Randy's spot on the couch. The breaking point came when I came home with 3 shopping bags from H&M. Jake cornered me in the hallway. "Bro, we need to talk. You just bought clothes for a mannequin. Randy needed options," I said, realizing how insane that sounded out loud. "You've been talking to it for 3 months. You introduce it to dates. Last week you asked me to turn down the TV because Randy was trying to sleep." That's when it hit me. I'd started this whole thing as a joke about being single, but somewhere along the way, Randy had become this weird comfort thing. Having him around made the apartment feel less empty after Emma left. The routine of positioning him, talking to him, even buying him stuff, it was filling some gap I didn't want to admit was there. "I know it's messed up," I finally said, "but the breakup really screwed with my head, and Randy's just easy. He doesn't judge me for eating cereal for dinner or watching the same Netflix show 5 times. Jake nodded slowly. "That's actually kind of sad, man." We donated Randy to the local theater group the next week. Apparently they were thrilled. Good mannequins are expensive, and Randy was basically brand new. At least someone's getting good use out of my $500 mistake.